Hello, it's midwinter here in the United Kingdom, and here at Home Grown Veg we've started to sow our seeds, and as usual the seeds we sow first in the growing year are onions and leeks. Today we're going to be talking about leeks. These are the leeks I'll be growing this year. This is a leek called Leeks. As you can see, we've got some good germination going on there. And this is a leek called Musselburgh. And as you can see, we haven't got much germination going on there. Just this solitary Musselburgh. But we won't panic just yet, and we won't panic because when I look at this packet, it tells me that leeks usually appear after 14 to 21 days. These seeds were sown about 11 or 12 days ago. So yeah, we won't panic just yet. We'll give these Musselburgh more time to appear. And if they're sparse, and if we don't like what we see, we'll start again. We'll sow some more. Okay, so leeks it is, we're talking leeks. So what's going to happen to these leeks? Well, they're indoors now, and they'll stay indoors now till the weather warms up. And that's usually in a month or two's time. So these leeks are going to get bigger and bigger. And hopefully by March, April of the year, we're going to be wanting to move them on. Now what I normally do is take some leeks from the pots and plant them in raised beds, and if there are enough and there are some left over, I'll plant them in water buckets. And if there are still some left over, I may even plant them in a yogurt pot. I've done it before, and I'm going to cut you to a piece of video now that shows a leek that's been grown in a yogurt pot. Now I know at first sight it doesn't look possible, but watch the video, then come back to me. How good is that? A 9-inch long leek grown in a 5-inch deep yoghurt pot. How good is that? That's a result. This is Home Grown Veg, signing out. Right Molly, let's get tidied up. Come on. I need a hand here. Come on. Right Molly, what do you want? Heads or tails? Heads it is. Me first. Oh, useless. You know Molly. Oh, great shot, Mo! Great shot! Hold on. Oh, man alive. Go on, we'll have another go so you can get them free. Oh, hey Molly. You're a winner. Another winner at Home Grown Veg. Come on, let's get tidied up. Okay, that was some leek, wasn't it? Unbelievable. Blimey. Yeah, so yeah, you can grow a leek in a yoghurt pot. I've done it. But you can also grow those leeks in the 10-inch water buckets. And the leeks I grew some years ago, I think I had 10 leeks left over. And I didn't have that many water buckets available, so I put them all in one water bucket. Now on the face of it, 10 leeks in a water bucket. It'll never hold water. Thanks for that one, yeah. 10 leeks in a water bucket, it'll never hold water. I'm going to cut you to that video now. Check this out, see what you think. These are some leeks I've grown on from seed. I've already planted some of these leeks in my raised bed. In fact, the raised bed's quite full now, the 3 raised beds I have, and so I have no space for these leeks. So I'm just looking to do something perhaps a little different with these, because I don't want to waste them. A 10-inch pot filled with compost about 2 inches below the rim, and I've marked it out with white pebbles. I'm looking to get 10 of those leeks into this pot. What I'm looking to do is dibber some holes, 10 holes, pop in 10 leeks, wee bit of compost, water them in, and that's 10 leeks in a 10-inch pot. Why 10? 10-inch pot, 10 leeks, why not? Okay. And I'll dibber these holes about 3 inches deep. And the compost has been firmed, so I'm hoping these holes actually hold up and they don't collapse in on one another. And if these grow on successfully, what I'm actually looking to do, this 2-inch of pot that has no compost in it at the top, if the leeks get above that, then what I'll look to do is fill that with compost just to blanch the stem of the leek. But at the minute, it'll act as a bit of a wind protection, if you like, for the leeks. The wind won't get at them so much with that lip. Right. Just pop these in loosely for the time being. Make sure we've got 10. That's it, 10 leeks. So we'll try and get all the roots in as best we can. Take that leaf off. Pop them in like that. in like that. There's more roots out than in on this one. Just push them in with our finger. Okay. And I'll give them a drink. No, we won't. We'll just some composting on top of those roots. I know lots of people actually just leave the hole as it is, but I prefer a wee bit of compost on top of the roots, to be honest. That's it. Give it a bit of a shake. Now, I'll give each one a drink. Can you hear the blackbird singing? Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Let's just straighten them up a bit, make them look as though they're equally spaced. Should be. Voila, 10 leeks, 10-inch pot. When they get a bit taller, we'll fill this with compost, just shake it in, try and blanch them up a bit. Job's done. Let's see how they go. These 10 leeks have been in this 10-inch pot now for just short of 2 months. Originally grown from seedlings indoors, brought outside and planted in this pot when they were very small. What you see here now is just short of 2 months worth of growth. As you can see, they're getting quite tall now, and they're starting to look a bit crowded, but then you would expect that with 10 leeks in one pot. That should make them search for the light, get a bit leggy, and probably have a longer shank on them. What I'm going to do today is what I said I would do in the first video. I'd left about 2 inches worth of depth in here. I don't know if you can see my finger. I'll try them both. Just about a finger's depth. There's about that much depth left in the pot to give them some protection from the wind. And as they've got taller, as you can see, I've had to put small sticks in and tie them up a bit because they were flapping about. But now I'm going to do what I said I would do on the first video, and that is to earth them up. And I've got some spent compost here. This is compost that I'd been using on early potatoes, which I've now lifted. And basically what I'm going to do is put that into the pot and then shake the pot to make it go to fill the pot up, so that hopefully we don't actually get this in the flags of the leeks. For the uninitiated, the flags are the leaves, and then when this settles down we should be able to take those out and the leeks will support themselves. And as there's no root disturbance, although I'm actually adding more compost, there will be no need to water this in because, as I've just said, there's no root disturbance. YouTube will be telling me that the video is shaky and could they sort it out for me, but I'll tell them no thank you, it's meant to be shaky. We're shaking a pot. That's it, a couple more and then we'll call that a day. Okay, I've got all of these cardboard inserts off except this last one. You can bear with me on this. They're plastic inserts. We'll call them plastic cardboard inserts. Right, you can see the leeks now. Okay, let's drop this pot. And if you've been following these leeks at all on my channel, you'll know that when I started, I brought these out from indoors, and they were not as thick as a blade of grass when they went in here, and had I not put them in here I would have been throwing them out. So this looks as though it's a result whatever we get. Okay, loosen them up a bit. Let's see if they'll lift out. They don't want to come. It's got to take a bit of... here we go. Now, as you can see from that, completely root bound. But I had no option. You know, there's nowhere else I could grow these things. The raised bed was full, and they would have finished up being thrown out. So this is a crop for nothing really, and grown on the patio. Now this might take a bit of breaking out, all these roots. It may get easier as we get further down, it might not. Oh. Now, I'm going to need to go indoors and get something to make life a bit easier here. So I'll just switch the video off. Give me a minute. Sorry about that. Thanks for waiting. I didn't realise that these would be such a... this spade's going through now. It's not 10 leeks in here, so I've got to be careful that I don't actually split a leek. Oh, that's looking better. So what we'll do, we'll take these 5 and just sit them to one side, and we'll try and get these 5 out, shall we? That one looks as though it wants to come. First leek. How's that? That's our first one. Okay. See if we put it through again without cutting into one. Second leek. I'll wash this soil off in the water that I used for the carrots. Oh, this looks a good one. I'd like to get this one without damaging it. Let's see if we can. Oh, hey, look at that. Slid off like a collar. Nice leek. We'll just pop that through there, like that. Okay, 5 leeks. Hang on. Five more leeks. This is a bit more of a challenge than I thought it would be, but as I said, this is the first time I've grown leeks in pots, so I didn't want to expect, but I do now. Be careful. Wow. Last 2. Okay. Right. Alright, let's see what we've got here. As I say, I started them from seeds indoors, brought them out and put them into this 10-inch pot and called them patio leek. I mean, look at that. Now, they're not the biggest leeks in the world, but they were never meant to be. They were just meant to be eating leek, you know, something that you could prepare as a veg and eat. and I'm certain you can do that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to wash this compost off, and then I'll tidy these up a bit more, and then we'll take a shot of them when they're properly tidied up, shall we? Because you normally have to take a couple of flags off, or in leek growing parlance, leaves. You normally have to take a couple of leaves off there to tidy these things up. I'm sure they'll look lovely tidied up. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 leeks grown in a 10-inch pot on a patio. Just give me a minute, I'll clean these up, bring the carrots back into the shot, and we'll see what we've got. Okay, there's the 10 leeks. Not the biggest in the world, as I've already said, but 10 fine leeks, 10 good eating leeks. They wouldn't have stood a chance if I hadn't used a pot on my patio. I started these guys off as seed, brought them out, planted them up, stood them out on the patio, let them get on with it, basically. Same with the carrots. There's the carrots. Okay, I don't know if you can see those. Let's split them up a bit, see if that makes a nice picture for you. How's that? There's the carrots, all grown on a patio in pots. So if you've got some space, flat area, paved area, patioed area, it's a pot, it's seeds, not much more than that. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Right, Malt, let's see if we've got one for you. Come on, I know what you're after. Oh, there's a couple of small ones. Here we go. Here, take that one if you want it. You want it? Good girl. And there's another small one for you as well. That's it. All we've got to do is get these indoors before Molly gets at them again, and a tidy up. Again, thanks for watching. Well, that was worth doing, wasn't it? I mean, if I hadn't sown those leeks, what would I have done with them? Given them away? Put them in the bin, put them on a compost pile if I had one? But no, I decided to put them in that 10-inch water bucket and look at the result. So if you haven't got a great deal of space to work, 8 buckets might be your answer. You can certainly grow leeks in buckets. I've done it. And on occasion, I'll maybe just grow 4 leeks in a bucket. Or 1 leek in a bucket. But when push comes to shove, I'll put 10 leeks in a bucket. And as you see, you can get a result. You can definitely get a result. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this video. This is Home Grown Veg, signing out.